Yeah, can we just give it up for the bride and groom one more time? I'm holding this, I feel like it's not good enough.
You got it. You got it.
Abbi, you're my best friend and one of my favorite people in the entire world. Kyle, you married my best friend. Anyway, in all seriousness, as I started writing the speech, I realized I had no idea what I was doing. So I Googled it. And I know this is the part where I talk about Abbi and the bride, and I will get there. But if it's okay with you, I would like to talk about Kyle for a little bit. Just some background on Kyle and I's relationship. I give Kyle an annual compliment once a year, usually in the form of a mini speech around December, because you know the holidays. But this year, I guess it's going to come a few months early, if that's okay. Kyle, I've known you for 3 years now, and I don't know the moment we became friends, like actual friends. Like I tried tracing it back to a moment and I can't figure it out. But somewhere during those 3 years, you became a significant and really important person in my life. And I look up to you a lot. For those who don't know, Kyle has great taste in music, extremely talented photographer and videographer, and also one of the best hearts I've seen in a really long time. The way he cares about his family, Abbi, the students at the youth group, how he counsels at camp, and how he never, ever calls attention to the kind things that he does. Whenever I needed to move out of an apartment, dorm room, or move heavy things to my car, I would always ask Kyle for help, and I would ask out of courtesy, but I always knew you would say yes, because that's just the kind of person you are. And the best part about it was, you didn't help me because I was Abbi's friend, but you helped me because you were my friend too. And I never told you how much that means to me, but that means a lot, so thank you. Sorry, Abbi, God really gave you one of his best guys. When I look at Kyle, I see Jesus and who he's called us to be and become. And Kyle, I really hope someone was recording me saying all that, because of course I'm not going to compliment you until next year. Abbi, where do I even begin? The first time I met Abbi, I was a senior in high school. I was on college for a day tour at the college we both graduated from, and I ran into her at the end of chapel, and the student tour guide I was with told her that I was doing youth ministry. Abbi, not realizing I was still in high school, immediately invited me to Hopewell Community Church and mentioned there was a youth group that I could serve in. My tour guide corrected her, and that quickly ended that conversation. It's funny. At the time, I thought that misunderstanding had no significance at all. But little did I know I would be serving in that youth group 2 years later, and that I had just met one of the best people I would ever get to know in this lifetime. If you don't know Abbi, let me catch you up to speed. Abbi is the type of person where if she thinks she sees Jack Black in a grocery store, she will start crying tears of joy. Because though most young girls fangirl over young male actors or boy band guys, not Abbi Chu. She fangirls over Jack Black. Abbi Chu. Oh my gosh, you're right. Abbi Rodriguez.
Let's go!
In attempt to return one of those tall boots on the top of the shelf at a Target, will proceed to knock down the rest of the shelf and then just walk away. Because she knows in her heart she can still make it worse. type of person when her friends... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Abbi Rodriguez. Sorry. Abbi is the type of person where when her friend texts her that she has to leave campus for 3 weeks because of this upcoming pandemic, without batting an eye says that she can stay with her, and then lets her stay with her when those 3 weeks become 3 months. She's the type of person who pours so much of herself into the people she cares about, into her friends, her family, and the youth group, and even people that have wronged her. Someone who cries over the injustices of our world, rejoices in the blessings around us, and loves God with her whole being. Abbi, I get mad at people who don't understand you. I'm so thankful I have been able to get to see what your heart truly looks like. I'm not saying you're perfect, nobody is. But so much of your life is spent serving others. And not only that, but it's serving others and getting very little recognition for it. When I look at you, I see a living testimony of grace, redemption, obedience, love, and so many other things. I'm so happy we can all come here today and celebrate you and your husband. This day didn't go the way you originally planned, but even through the tough times, you found ways to bring glory to God through all of it. Like, seriously. In so many ways, Abbi and Kyle inspire me as a couple. I remember I was hanging out with them one night, and I don't know if anyone has ever thought about this, but other than church, ministry, and humor, I have no idea what you guys have in common at all. Like, I really don't. And I told them that, and I remember Kyle said along the lines, "I'll be honest, Catherine, when she talks about interior design, could not care less." Yet, it's been 4 years, and every day we still find something to talk about. So, Kyle Rodriguez, Abbi Rodriguez.
Oh, a zing!
Here's to the rest of your lives, and with each day, always finding something to talk about.